and welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm Marie Zeitner. During his campaigning to become mayor of Council Bluffs, Matt Walsh made the improvement of West Broadway high on his priority list. Well, January 7th and 8th, the mayor and the City Planning Commission arranged an open house to enlist the help from the community as part of getting the ball rolling on the West Broadway Corridor Plan. From Avenue A to 2nd Avenue, several options are presented dealing with roadways, transit buses, sidewalks, and landscaping. Community Development is asking for the public's opinion.
So they want to get rid of that stuff, right?
2 meetings, January 7th and 8th, allow people to see possible plans drawn up for the West Broadway corridor.
What are the several key projects that we could do to get out of the ground that would show people an actual result of what we're talking about?
People sounded very excited about some of the options and some of the ideas.
Posters of the overall study, different areas being affected, and possible solutions to fixing up the West Broadway corridor and its side streets help people better understand what the city is trying to do.
That's a way for us to kind of have an input of, well, maybe we don't do a median, and maybe we should do this. And I like the way you're thinking about redeveloping this, but I don't like this.
Among many proposals, one option is to turn Avenue A back into a two-way street and make it feel more residential.
We should try to keep as a land use, more residential.
The city would also like to make changes to 1st and 2nd Avenues. One idea is using transit buses on 1st Ave that would make traveling between Council Bluffs and Omaha more convenient.
A little bit more smaller vehicles that go really fast and really frequently, so that you're not standing there for 3 hours if you've missed a bus that just headed down the street before you could get there. And all of those kinds of things I would love to see, whether they're right on Broadway or if they're just a block or two off of Broadway, which is what we're talking about.
Beautification of the city's most used road is clearly a priority. Among the drawings, removing the center turn lane and putting landscape in the middle with transit and travel lanes on either side, and keeping the road the exact same and adding landscaping to the edge of the road.
West Broadway has to handle carrying 20 to 35,000 vehicles a day. We really don't have the opportunity to lessen the size of the roadway. I mean, it's just not practical.
Gathering input from the community helps the Planning Commission really understand what they're excited or hesitant about.
Obviously, there are people that have expressed concerns, but most people are positive. I mean, they really want to see changes. They want to see good things happen to this community.
With some new development already along the nearly 2-mile stretch of Council Bluffs' business district, people are optimistic of what West Broadway can turn into.
We are a much more beautiful community than what you first see.
A little facelift would be nice.
From here, the Planning Commission will look over feedback from the public and narrow down the options for each street. When the project is finalized and approved, it can take up to 30 years to renovate West Broadway and its side streets. Stay tuned for more possible meeting times in the future.